We will now discuss the features and finishing techniques of the Forenta Double Buck Cabinet Shirt Unit. Forenta's Double Buck unit consists of the model 39 VCHY collar cuff yoke press, the model 905 HSA cabinet sleever, and the model 620 DBV body press. This unit will produce 2,500 to 4,000 shirts per week with 2 operators. Now we will discuss the features of the 905 HSA sleever. On the 905 HSA sleever, our bucks and heads are both heated for faster drying. The heads are also contoured to give the sleeves a firm, crisp finish. We use side airbags and pre-inflate them to fill out the sleeves for a proper finish. We use a measuring light and arm to set the buck properly before sending into the heads. We can finish a wide range of shirt sleeve sizes 30 inch to 38 inch. The features of the 620 DBV. On the 620 DBV, our heads are nickel plated to give maximum heat temperature while not radiating the heat toward the operator. Our heads and bucks are 3 inches taller than any other competitive brand, so we can finish a much wider range of shirt sizes. We use side airbags, which are pre-inflated to fit the shirt so it is properly dressed before sending into the pressing position. This allows us to finish size 14.5 to size 20 shirts in one operation with little or no touch-up. Our bucks are heated for faster drying and eliminate chemical buildup in the padding. We use a collar clamp designed to hold the collar securely while in the pressing position. We hold the shirt in place on the buck by using a vacuum, thus eliminating any tail clamp mark. And both bucks transfer simultaneously to gain greater production. The Forenta Double Buck Shirt Unit for a quality shirt finish. Now let's begin the finishing operation.
Now to finish a long sleeve shirt, you pick the shirt up by the collar, open the collar up, finding the armholes. You gently push your left hand down the back, sliding the sleeves down the arms of the unit. Coming up to the cuffs, to load, you slide the buttonhole and the button underneath the clip, placing it directly below the clip, pulling back on the black knob to hold it in place. Many operators have a tendency to slide the cuffs in below the clip, pulling back and placing it like this. Now what happens is that then the operator has a 1/4 inch of the sleeve that is not pressed by placing the clip at this point. This is absolutely the wrong way. It needs to be placed directly below the button and the buttonhole. And we move to the left sleeve, place it correctly below the button and the buttonhole, pulling back the knob to hold it in place. We're then ready to activate the air into the airbags. You gently tap on the pedal, bringing the air in. For best results, hold the cuff, gently pull in the front of the sleeve and in the back of the sleeve. Do the right arm, and what this does is it makes this gusset area lay very flat, and this is what we want for a good press. We're now ready to adjust the guide light. We want to bring it directly below this seam. Your left hand placed on the back of the shirt with a little tension, eliminating any back arm wrinkles. You place your right hand on the close button and you will slightly roll in with the unit. Taking your left hand out, gently touching the lock button, pushing down simultaneously. At the same time, remove both hands from the button, proceeding to the next unit. When the unit comes back out, it is in neutral position. Remove the cuffs from beneath the clips, and you're now ready to slide the sleeves off, stopping at the end of the armholes, picking the shirt up then by the collar, turning it around so that you can see its label. Place the thumbs in the corner of each yoke. We're ready to load the yoke. The thumbs in the corner of the yoke. Flip the collar into place, loading the yoke first, tucking the excess into the slotted area, pulling each corner of the collar, and just gently dropping the press head down to begin pressing. Moving to the left cuff, we'll load this cuff, making sure that the edge of the cuff is on the edge of the press, dropping the left head press down. And as we drop this right head press, it begins the timer. Picking the shirt up from the lower portion of the collar, we then step over to the body unit, swinging the shirt around, making sure that the shoulders are square, lifting the collar clamp up. We gently wrap this collar around the collar block. Pulling down on the clamp, we reach around into the hip area of the shirt and gently tug. We then reach around, hold the shirt tails firmly, gently tap the left side of the pedal, turning on the vacuum. Pull the shirt away from the unit. Realizing that this is a very large shirt, we are going to have to pump up the airbag. So each time that I tap this pedal, increasing the air into the size of the bag. If the shirt is slightly dry, you can use your moisture to dampen. You then send the shirt into the unit. For best results, removing the shirt from the unit, slightly lift up this right shoulder. Each hand goes here in the front of the shirt, directly below the collar. You swing the shirt off, onto and around the hanger, placing the hanger into each shoulder. Place the middle finger on the seam of the collar. Open the collar up, creating a little tension by pulling in opposite direction. Gently roll the wrist forward, and the collar will then break down on the collar seam every time, and you're now ready to place your thumbnail through the buttonhole, easily guiding the button through. Then pick the shirt up by the hanger, and you're ready to place it on the rail. I would like now to demonstrate the versatility of our Forenta equipment. This is a 14.5 size shirt, which I will load. Taking it from the sleever onto the collar and cuff. Moving back, this is now a size 20. Moving over to the body unit. As you note, this collar does not have to meet or touch as long as it comes underneath the clip. Gently tap the vacuum, and you notice the large A-frame that I have on this shirt. A little moisture. Send it in. Going back, unloading the sleever onto the collar and cuff. Removing this size 18. Size 18. Taking the size 20 from the collar and cuff and loading it onto the body unit. Noting the size of this shirt, my A-frame is much smaller. Unloading this 14.5. $14.5. Two finished products, 14.5 and a 20. Judy and I are starting production, and Judy will be loading the sleever and the collar and cuff. I'll be unloading the collar and cuff and running the body unit. Go.
As Judy and Margie are beginning the production sequence on the double buck, we want to show you two different options to gain maximum production. In option number 1, the procedure will be to work from right to left and to keep 6 shirts working in process at the same time. One shirt will be in the pressing position on the sleever. The second shirt will be hanging between the sleever and the collar cuff yoke press. The third shirt will be in the pressing position on the collar cuff yoke press. The fourth shirt will be hanging between the collar cuff yoke press and the body press. The fifth shirt will be in the pressing position on the buck inside the body press, and the sixth shirt will be removed from the shirt buck, formed on the collar former, placed on a hanger, and moved to the slick rail. One operator will work the sleever and collar cuff press, and the second operator will work the double buck and pull from the collar cuff yoke press. In option number 2, we will have 5 shirts working in process at the same time, and the sequence will be worked from left to right. Shirt 1 will be in the pressing position on the sleever. The second shirt will be hanging between the sleever and collar cuff yoke press. The third shirt will be in the pressing position on the collar cuff yoke press. The fourth shirt is on the buck in the pressing position, and the fifth shirt is being removed from the shirt buck, formed on the collar former, placed on a hanger, and moved to the slick rail.